I get a call from my agent. It was like, "Yo, Fred, what you doing?" I was like, "I'm in class. I'm in class. I'm in math class right now." And then he was like, "Can you step by and talk to you for a second?" I was like, "Okay." It's like, "So right now, I have an opportunity for you to go to Canada to play on Saturday. This was Monday. You just got to pass the physical." I was like, "Yeah, I've been training, so you don't have to worry about me passing the physical." And then he was just more like, and they might keep you like a year, 2 years. It just depends on how you perform. I was like, Like, I need to talk to my dad about this because, I already made a big move, signed my lease, all this stuff. So I called my dad, and then he was just like,
Join me, Jeremy Swick, on Into the Unknown, a podcast that delves into the personal journeys, stories, and experiences of individuals across diverse professions. As a historian by trade, I firmly believe that our personal histories shape our present and offer valuable insights into our paths ahead. With that being said, let's get into it. On this episode of Into the Unknown, I'm joined with a very special guest. Fred, how you doing today, Fred?
"I'm doing great, man. Can't complain."
Before we kick off the show, I do want to say happy birthday, man. Congratulations. It's another day around the sun, man.
Yeah, getting older.
Older and wiser.
Yeah, I guess what to say. That's what they say.
Man, so I'd like to kick off the show and talk about networking. How are we connected, man?
Old White, man. Old White has been a blessing in my eyes, in my career, to be honest. And yeah, we met at Old White, and also while I was at Life, we also met, and also while I was in the MLR too, we also met. So we've been in each other's lives for a long, long time.
We have, man. It's been so cool, man. I always tell people Atlanta is such. I mean, I don't live there currently or anymore, but it was such a cool bed for rugby. I mean, you had Life guys there. We had the MOR there. We had Old White. We had the Gades. We had High Country. We had the Bucks. I mean, that's all in like a pretty small amount of area, and it's always cool just how that rugby community connects.
Yep. That community is so huge, and it's only getting better and better.
Absolutely. I mean, it was funny, man, because I mean, we'd all go out to the same places. Half the guys were barbacks or bouncers at some of the establishments we frequent, and it was fun to see the guys and just obviously the pro guys, during your time there, but also the Life guys, and always trying to find ways to make rugby better in Atlanta.
Yeah. I did a bunch of kid clinics, and those times are really nice. And just going back, I just played with one of the guys that I trained at a kid clinic. He's 18 now, and he's playing for the Atlanta Old White team, and that was really special to see.
It really is, man. I'm sure that was kind of like one of those full circle moments. I had to laugh. I was down in Savannah with the guys a couple weeks ago, and it's through the WhatsApp group. It's like, hey, we're bringing a team. I'm like, hey, I got nothing going on. Let's roll down there for the weekend.
Yeah.
So I want to know a little bit more about you, man. That origin story. Who's Fred?
Um, Fred is a very unique individual. Well, I'm originally from Nigeria, born and raised in Lagos, Nigeria. But my dad and my mom from Delta State, Nigeria, and Asaba is really where Ibuza is really where I'm from. I started playing sports, well, getting involved in sports when I was 5 years old. I did a little bit of track. My dad had me in track. Well, I chose track because I was just faster than everybody else. But it was a good foundation for everything that I've been able to accomplish in my career. Ended up playing soccer for 10 years. Really thought I was going to go pro playing soccer because that's how good I was. But God had a different plan for me. So I moved here when I was 16 years old. Looking for green pastures because a lot of Africans come out here trying to make a better life. That was the goal that me and my family had moving here. And when I came here, I remember I was looking for a good high school to play soccer. and it was only one school that played soccer in the whole region, and they were state champions. So I went down to their school and I did the application and all that good stuff. But unfortunately, there was not in my region, so I couldn't go to the school. So I ended up going to Hillside High School, which was like the best decision that I made because I didn't know when I was making that decision that it was gonna be the best decision, but it ended up being the best decision I made. I remember my first day of class, I met a guy named Jared Lewis. We're still like pretty good friends now, and he told me, "Look, man, you have the size. Come out, come play some football." Because he was on the football team, or well, just watch because I didn't know what football was. And because I was coming from Africa, 'cause we only did soccer and we did wrestling, basketball. We knew about those, but well, football was just not a big sport in Nigeria at that point. So I went out to one practice and just watched all the positions, and I was just more like, I think I could kick the ball because I have that experience kicking the ball. So I told him I was like, look, I think I could kick better than the guy kicking now. And then he was just like, well, let's see what you got. He told the coach on the spot right there. I kicked one of the balls, and he was just like, "Yep, you got a job." So I took the guy's job on the spot, which was, I mean, the guy ended up not liking me because of that. But I mean, that's life. But that right there, I played football with them. That won my junior year, and my senior year, I ended up playing in the varsity. We went 16-0, and we won states. And that's the first time that school had won states in 45 years. So we brought some good juice to Durham, North Carolina. So after I graduated high school, I was like in limbo. You know, I was trying to get my papers to actually go to college, and I had about 5 offers to play kicker in college. But just because of the process, it took about 2 years. I couldn't take this offer, so I ended up going to a community college for like 2 years, and keep the brain sharp. But during that time, I was working at the concession stands at North Carolina Central University. So basically, like during the baseball games, football games, I was out there selling merch for my uncle. So during those games, I would just leave work and just go watch the football team. They were really bad at that time. They were not good at all. But I always had a dream to play for North Carolina Central University because at that point I think they just recently changed from D2 to D1, and it was just more like, yeah, this is gonna be perfect. So I got my green card that year, and then I applied for school, and I got into school. My major was pharmaceutical science with a minor in chemistry, and God just did it the way He did it. The team was having a tryout, so me and my brother we got in the gym for like months before the tryouts. I think it's like 2 3 months. I mean, we used to see the football team go out there and train and all that good stuff. We just wanted it really bad. So the day of the tryout, I was trying out to be a kicker. Believe it or not, I was trying out to be a kicker. So I was still out there, doing my kicks and field goals, punting, and all that good stuff. And I remember the Coach Bradley, John Bradley. He met me. He was one of the coaches at that time. He played in the NFL for 10 years for the Lions, and he was just more like, "Hey, man, yo, look good." That's what he said. He told me and my brothers, and that was that. So we went through the whole tryout. I was making like 50, 60-yard kicks. Everything was looking great. I was like, yeah, man, I better make this team. And then he came to me and my brother, and he was like, look, don't tell anybody this, but both of you made the team. But you're not going to be kickers, though. And I was like, hey, I don't know anything about defense. It was just like, don't worry, I'm gonna teach you. And I was like, okay. So the next day came around. I was a walk on the team. So I mean, I really took it serious. Like watching plays, like film was like back of my head. I was watching film every day, getting extra work with the coaches and the training. So my first year, I think it was my sophomore year, well, junior year. I walked on my junior year. I didn't really play much. Didn't get a lot of time on the field. But during spring ball, I just showed what I could do because I've been watching a lot of film. I've been, doing my homework. So they gave me some shots on special teams my junior year. So I remember that first game we played was against Duke University. Major game. It was on TV. We're playing in front of 50,000 people, and I was on kickoff team. I played the bullet position, and I just, I don't know. I just saw red. You know how you just see red, and the guy that was returning was going to be like a top 10 NFL draft pick for return. It was really good. So I just went at him. I took him down. It was a really big hit. And then the coach called me to the side, and he was just like, "Okay, we gonna see what you got on defense." So now I started playing against him like maybe 5-10 reps on defense, but I was just like a special teams guy. And then going into senior year, I know that I wanted to make a run for the NFL. That was my goal. I wanted to make a run. I was trying to do it in a year because like nobody really does it in a year because you got to have 4 years of college, some high school film, usually, and that's how you make it. But I was just more like, okay, let's do it. So I put the grind in during the off season. Normal film study. Me and the coach were like buddies because I was always in the office watching films. Breaking down film, knowing what things are gonna happen before, how the quarterback steps, how the old lineman sets. It's a lot of things that I started learning, and my brain just opened up. I was like, wow, okay, cool. Nah, the game slowed down. Like slowed down. It was just like this was a slow motion now. Usually I was panicking because it was like going really fast. And then now that I know the game, it just slowed down. So the year before we had two seniors that graduated. So basically the two defensive end positions were open. And he was just more like, hey, Fred. And everybody else, man, that position is open for who's gonna get it. Nobody's gonna get favorites. It's gonna be the best player in summer camp that's gonna win that position. And I was just like, okay. So summer camp, man, I went crazy. I'm talking about crazy. They had to stop me. They had to stop me at some trainings. They tell me like, "Yo, Fred, you need to relax so we can run our offense," because I really knew everything that was going on. And then, unfortunately for me, the semester before, I had a C in a class, and so I was suspended for 2 games because my major was so hard I couldn't like do. I actually was a D. I couldn't do D's or C's, so I had a 2 game suspension. They were big games. One of them was against Duke, and I think the other game was against like Western Michigan. So really big D1 schools. So I ended up missing those 2 games. And then the first game back for me was Elizabeth City. So that was a D2 game, so like a lesser team. So I was just going to that game thinking that I was about to get 3 sacks, ball out. Yeah, I ended up not getting no sacks at all. Not one. I mean, I had like 14 fouls, but it was a good game for me. But it wasn't what I envisioned. And they had such high expectations for me because of how much better I got and the value I was bringing to the team. So that game went by. The next game came around. I was just more like, okay, cool. This is the game. This is the game. Half a sack, 2.5 TFLs, and tackles here and there. It wasn't like what I really wanted. So then we started going to the conference play. So the first game we played conference play was actually Bethune-Cookman. I don't know, you know about Bethune-Cookman, right?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, so it was out in Florida. So at that time they had like two offensive linemen that was going second, third round, really good. They had a good quarterback. They had a good team. So we went down there, hurricane season. So raining, pouring. The first half was done. Everybody was dripped out. We were losing that game in the first half, and I didn't have any sacks. No contributions from me. Maybe one or two tackles. It's a quiet game. So that coach that talked to me during a tryout, he came and pulled me to the side. Because I'm the type of guy that like get coached hard. You got to coach me hard because I don't like that soft stuff. No, you got to coach me, be in my face, tell me like, look, do this way, do this way. That's the type of player I am. I don't know how anybody else is, but that's me. And he pulled me to the side. He was like, he cursed. He was like, cheat the game. Makes you like this. That's not what I expected from you. Like you've done 3 games, no sacks. Like I was really betting on you. And I was just like, okay. I had tears in my eyes coming out there. Halftime, first third quarter, 2 sacks. Then I had 3 sacks. I had back-to-back-to-back sacks, which is crazy. And then after the game was over, I had my first interview like this. It's crazy. It was ABC. I didn't know what to say. I was just looking at the cameras. But then, say what I just had to say. Got on the bus. My name was everywhere. I'm saying like on every news platform. I won defensive player of the week for the whole FCS. And it was nice. And then after that, scouts that coming to training, talking to coaches about me. I went through the college, the whole season. Um, we won the MEAC that year. We won 3 back-to-back-to-back MEAC championships. That team, but we lost in the final and then national championship because you say you were at that national championship game. It was against Grambling. It was a celebration bowl.
Oh yes, I've been to many celebration bowls before.
We lost to Grambling at the Atlanta Dome. I mean, it was a close game, 10-9. But I wanted to win defensive player of the game. I mean, seriously, I went 1.5 sacks, 2.5 TFLs, and I think 8 tackles. That was my stats for that game. And it hurt me really bad because that was just more like closing up my college career on the L. But it was like a lesson God was trying to teach me, and I understood. And after that, I had a few agents reach out. They wanted me to sign to the agency. I had a couple of them that like came to my house all the way from New York. But I ended up signing with a guy named Brian. And started training for like 8 weeks. Went through the system. I got invited to like the original NFL Combine. That one was in New Orleans. I went out there, ran like a 4.62 40. And then pro day, I think I ran a 4.68. Faster now, which is weird, but you know, we went through. I went through all of that. Then I got an invite to camp with Jacksonville because Miami told me I was gonna get picked up in the 7th round. That was their words, but never happened. I was watching the NFL draft, and the whole draft went out. I didn't get picked up, and I got called for Miami, and also Jacksonville camp. And my agent told me to go with Jacksonville because he knew people in Jacksonville, and I was just more like, okay. So I went out there. I was the smallest guy in my position. I was the smallest guy in my position. I was just more like, hey, can I play linebacker? I look more like a middle linebacker, but It was like, nah, you're gonna have to play your position. So I went out there and I did my best. And I was supposed to come back, but then they ended up signing. It was a big signing for like 70 million. I think they let a bunch of rookies go that day. It was like nine of us. So I came home. Normal stuff after you get cut from the NFL. You go through a little bit of depression, and I did a few workouts. I worked out with like five other teams: Kansas City, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, just a couple other teams. I think Chicago. I think I did Chicago too. But none of those teams signed me. So I was home for like a month. I had like my backup plan because my mom always told me keep a backup plan, and that was chiropractic school. And when it came down to it, I was just more like, you know what? I'm going to school. Packed up my stuff. I left the next day to Atlanta. Moved into my apartment. Everything was set up. Bought a couch. Bought like washer and dry. Everything was great. It's the second week of school. I remember it was a Monday. I get a call from my agent. It was like, "Yo, Fred, what you doing?" I was like, "I'm in class. I'm in class. I'm in math class right now." And then he was like, "Can you step up and talk to you for a second?" I was like, "Okay." It's like, "So right now, I have an opportunity for you to go to Canada to play on Saturday. This was Monday. You just got to pass the physical." I was like, "Yeah, I've been training, so you don't have to worry about me passing the physical." And then he was just more like, and they might keep you like a year, 2 years. It just depends on how you perform. I was like, Like, I need to talk to my dad about this because, I already made a big move, signed my lease, all this stuff. So I called my dad, and then he was just like, "Hey, son, opportunities like this you don't get. If you don't take it now, you're gonna regret it later. So take every opportunity you get, make the best of it. If it doesn't work out, you can always come back to school." And I was just more like, "Okay, sir." So I called my brothers. I was like, "Yo, my flight is at 8:30 in the morning the next day to Canada." It was 2 p.m. So my brothers get in the car. They drive to Atlanta because they drive from North Carolina to Atlanta. It was like 5 hours. Mm-hmm. So they get there like 9 p.m. with a truck, not even like a big U-Haul to carry all my stuff. They came with like a truck. They didn't have a lot of space. I'm packing up everything. Packing up. I end up leaving my couch and my wash and dry in there. And I just left the keys in front of the renter's place and with a note. But like, yeah, I had to go and break my lease. Whatever you charge me, you charge me. So I guess because I was not in that time, so it was cool. So we get on the road. I get to North Carolina at like 7 because I already checked in online. Get home, pack just a book bag. I just packed the book bag, got on a plane, made it to Canada. I'm talking about I had on like shorts and like a shirt like this. I get there, it was freezing. I was like, "Yo, what's going on? Okay, I need to stay inside. I can't be outside." So they came pick me up. Did the physicals. Ran a 4.5 over there because I had to run another 40. Ran a 4.5 over there. They signed me on the spot for 2 years. First game I got a sack on the field, which was really pretty cool. My brothers came down to Montreal that weekend, and they had Formula One that weekend. It was like dope. So I enjoyed my time in Canada. So after 2 years, well, it was going into my second year. It was just more like I was tired of the cold, to be honest. And I really wanted to become a doctor. That was like a thing I wanted to do. So I was just more like, I'm done playing football. I moved back to Atlanta. And I remember doing orientation for chiropractic school. I met Needs. I don't know if you know
Yep.
Needs. You remember Needs?
Yep.
I met Needs and Coach Bradford, Doctor Coach, and Needs was like, "Hey man, I heard you play a little bit of football. Go check out rugby. You never know, man. You might like it." I was like, "Okay."
That's how
Went
they
out
get you.
there, watched a couple. Yeah. They got me. They got me. So I went out there and saw the game, and I was just more like, yeah, this is looks harder, but I could do it. I think I could do it. I could pick up on this really fast too. So I was blessed to get an opportunity to play for life. I walked on there too. Played 4 seasons with them. Ended up winning 5 championships in life. Um, and then when I was leaving, I got trying to think of the award. I think I got it here. So, no one of them awards they give to you when you're like basically like gonna be like a first ballot Hall of Fame kind of. It's what type of award? Hold on, let me see if I
Yeah,
have
you
it.
good.
Yo, okay, yeah, it's the Lifetime Achievement Award. So they gave me that, which is pretty cool. And during my time in life, I got an opportunity to play in MLR. I get capped with my country, and still play for my country now. With a blessing, and I've been all over the world with rugby. Met really cool people. Like there's countries I could go now that I don't need to get a hotel. Like I just call my homie and be like, "Hey, I'm here." They be like, "Okay, cool. I got a spot for you." That's how it was when I was in England for like 3 days. One of my friends put me up, which was really nice. And that's the difference between rugby and football. You like create lifetime relationships with people you don't really know. And yeah, that's really my journey in a nutshell. Right now, I'm married, and I have a beautiful son, beautiful family, and I'm really blessed to have that.
Fred, that's amazing, man. I appreciate you sharing your story. I want to ask you, what kept you going through all that? Because you had a lot of adversity, even from all the way from moving from Nigeria to the States to not being able to play soccer to playing football to having that dream moved around, delayed. What kept you going?
I have a dream. I had a dream. Well, I still have a dream, but I have a dream to do and accomplish a lot. And down the road, I met some people that motivated me to want to accomplish more. Like when I was in high school, I met this player. He played for Ole Miss for like 4 years in the '90s, and he had 3 rings from Ole Miss. Like he's man cave was dope, and I told him I was like I'm gonna have more rings than you. I was like this is great motivation for me. It is, but I'm gonna have more rings than you. And he was just like, yeah, when you do it, send me a picture. And I remember I was able to do that in college because now I have 8. Yeah, 3. So after I beat him, I messaged him. I was like, thanks for the motivation. This your picture that you wanted. So I had different like factors that like always push me to keep working, grinding. And also when people doubt you, that's another like thing that pushes me. I'm not the one that like shy away from competition. I'm not the one that look away when things get hard. I run straight at it. If anybody knows me, they know that about me. So I think my dad and my mom really did a good job raising me and installing those things in me. So yeah, and also God, I can't do nothing without God Almighty. So yeah, that was important.
Fred, that's amazing. And it's one of those things where it keeps you on that journey, keeps you on that path. You know, everyone makes a decision not really knowing the outcome. Can you give me a time where you made a decision and just went for it?
It was after I won mistakes. After I won states in high school, it was just more like, yeah, I want to do this in college, and I want to do it past college. and wherever this takes me, it takes me. But I want to be a high level athlete, and after that, that was it.
That's amazing, man. Because you even had that few year delay getting your green card, getting all your paperwork in order. It's one of those things where a lot of people would have easily, understandably, given up. Maybe they go play
Yeah,
rec league or have fun doing that. But I think it's a testament to your journey that you kept going with it.
yes, sir.
So now I want to get into one of my favorite topics, talking about Atlanta Old White. How has that experience been for you? I know you had played with Life and then MOR, but playing with Old White, how's that been?
And Old White's been great. You know, trying to always push for better for me. I mean, at the end of the day, playing in MLR and playing at Life is like is this level. I mean, Old White just beat Life last week, so that should show that a lot of growth has been happening in the system. Francisco Balas has been a blessing. A lot of people don't know the work that he puts behind closed doors, but getting his players together. Like right now, he's coaching about 7 or 8 MLR guys. I mean, sometimes that comes with like egos, but he's just being the coach where to keep the team at this level and the vibes at this level because at the end of the day, it's still D2 rugby. We want to enjoy it while we play it. Not saying that we come to practice drunk, but at the end of the day, make sure you respect each other and respect the man beside you and respect your opponent, especially when you go play against them. So Atlanta White's been great. Been able
Man,
to meet good people there. Boogie, Gio, they're really one of my very very close friends. They're gonna be in my wedding. So it's been a blessing for me.
I mean, it really, and shout out to Francesco. I moved there in 2018, moved out in 22, but he's one of those coaches who really started believing in me, which helped me believe in myself. And of course, now
Yep.
when I was playing on the D2 side, I don't think I'd sniff the roster at this point, but that's okay. That's just a testament to the level that Old White has. But one of the things people have always asked me is like, Sumo, why do you like Old White so much? I'm like, because it brought out the best in me as a player. It brought that confidence out. It brought that commitment. And of course, don't get me wrong, the guys, we have fun. We have a lot of fun. But it was also
Yeah.
at practice, man, we were ready to work. I mean, I remember moving there in 2018 and our D2 and D3, our D2 and D3 sides, we have 40, 50, 60 guys at practices some days, all trying to fight for a couple spots. And
Spots. Yep.
just to have that continuality and just that commitment level was so cool to experience. And then, of course, we went on our natty run, fell about 2 points, 3 points short, but still having that experience with those guys. I mean, we still laugh and joke and talk about those times on the times on the buses, the times in the hotel, or the times we left
Yep.
the hotel because there's bed bugs. Just kind of those stories you have with the guys. It was such a cool experience in Atlanta.
Yeah, man. And it's like me moving to North Carolina now. It's tough for me to make trainings, but I miss it a lot. But that's still my family.
I couldn't agree more, man. So, title of the podcast, Into the Unknown. What are you working on now? What do you got going on now?
Right now I'm trying to better my life when it comes to life after rugby. Because at the end of the day, this journey comes to an end. Nobody plays forever. So I'm working on life after rugby. Be able to take care of my family. But also got some big tournaments coming up this year. Playing tropical next week. Possibly gonna represent Nigeria a couple times this year, by God's grace. Maybe playing rugby town finally, and national sevens for sure with the white. But and 15s. We making a run this year, so yeah, those are like the things I'm working on right now. Just being a present dad too. Yeah, being here, just doing things a little differently than how my dad did things, but also same foundation.
I love that, man. It's cool to see you with your son. You and him hang out a lot. It's real cool to see. And on the rugby front, man, I'm looking forward to it. As you know, I cover national, so I'm really hoping we our paths cross again. Last year in May was so much fun, man. It's funny because as I guess an old boy now for Old White, I'm still on the email chains. I still get the emails of the games, and of course, when I can, I watch them. And it was really cool to see all that. What 50? Now it's 52 years. That year, 51 years of tradition come together, and kind of have that culmination of those games, and putting all the pieces together was a really cool experience.
Yep. It's going. You're gonna be better this year, man. This year is. I'm fighting for a spot. You don't believe it, but I am.
I love to hear it, man. So if people want to learn more about your journey, where can they find you? Are you on social? What are you up to?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm mostly on Instagram at FREGAMO. That's where you can find me, and you shoot me a shout. I always respond.
I love that, man. Well, again, thanks for taking the time to talk with me today. I really enjoyed our conversation. I'm hoping to see you pretty soon. I'll be down in Atlanta for Hotlanders for sure. So I'm looking
Okay,
forward to it,
I'll
man.
be there.
Awesome, man. We'll talk soon.
All right, sounds good, man. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Thank you so much.
That was another fun episode of Into the Unknown. I truly appreciate you taking the time to listen. And if it provides you any value or entertainment, I would love if you shared it with others, liked, subscribed, and really just help the podcast grow. Again, tell a friend, tell a foe, just anyone who might enjoy hearing some stories of people's own journeys and what got them to where they are today. Till next time.